What's good, everybody? It's Joel, and I'll come back at you with another video. So for this video, I'm super excited for this one. This one's been on my mind for a long time now, and I'm just grateful that I'm to the point now where I'm recording this video. Because this one is just so funny to me every time I think about it, and it cracks me up. And I just want to share this one with you guys. This is tied to the economy and the media and the world's favorite R word, right? Recession. Um, it cracks me up. Like this story comes from my mentor, and he shared it, and it's just a story that I have to share with you guys that I have to I'll always keep with me that I have to share with you guys. So it goes that his good friend basically owns three businesses, and he was having a conversation with his accountant, right? So if I were to pretend to be the accountant, right, I would have the book, and the accountant goes, "Sir, I see that your three businesses, there's growth across the board. Um, it's about 20% growth, like bottom line, so just pretty much 20% profit across each of your businesses, and this doesn't make sense because we're in the middle of a recession." And it's funny, so the guy, he responds, he goes, "Oh, it's quite simple. I know we're in the middle of a recession, but I've decided not to participate." And so when you hear this, you're probably just confused, like it's like like, what do you mean you just like you decided not to participate? Like, how is that even possible? So when I heard that story, I began cracking up because it's true. Even if it's happening, right, even if we're in the midst of a recession, doesn't mean that it has to affect you, right? And the reason why I put recession in air quotes is because people love to throw out that word, right? Because obviously it's not a positive word, it's a negative word, right? Recession means that things are going bad, that people are struggling, whatever. But it's all about perspective. It doesn't, just because it's happening doesn't mean it has to affect you negatively. And for some people to be experiencing a recession, it can essentially serve as a golden age for everyone else, right? If we were to take it back, I know some people watching the video may not be from the United States, but let's just say in the early 1900s, the Great Depression, right, where a lot of people struggled, and it was a time where I guess you could say the banking system collapsed, right? And essentially everyone was trying to pull their money out of the banks at the same time. So that even though the banks were holding people's money, because everyone tried to pull out their money at the same time, the banks obviously didn't have everyone's money readily available. So it created a quote unquote issue with the economy, right? Because everyone was just scared of the times, and so they wanted to hoard up as much as they could. So just imagine, everyone was selling their homes, everyone was trying to pull out money from their bank so that they can have their money, and everyone was trying to sell their homes. So for majority of people, it was a recession. But think about it, if you were someone who was in a good financial position and all these people were selling their homes, right? Obviously, the market price goes down if everyone is selling at the same time. So let's just say, for example, back then in the 1900s, let's say the homes were $10,000 each, like at market value. If everyone's selling their homes, then let's just say the value dropped from 10,000 to $500 a home. So now, if you someone that had money, it was a golden age for you because you can buy the whole neighborhood, $500 homes for $500 for each home. You go buy the whole neighborhood, and then when the economy returns back to normal in 20, 30 years, the homes that you paid 500 for that were worth 10,000, the 10,000 skyrocketed to $50,000, and you paid $500 for each home. So then that puts you in an optimal financial situation. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's literally all perspective. Like, people say recession is recession that. I laugh at it because I'm like, well, what do you mean? Like, I understand, like the human side, I understand what you're saying, but that's perspective. That's just your opinion. It's not fact, right? Because even during the pandemic, right, where a lot of people said it was also a recession, online businesses like Amazon, like Zoom, those businesses skyrocketed. Online businesses skyrocketed. So it wasn't in, like, you can say it was a recession for most people, but when I hear that term, I don't agree with it, because there were a lot of people who benefited greatly from times like that. You know what I'm saying? Even right now, right? Like, even in today's age, current age, right? You hear that word being tossed around like, oh, we're in the middle of a recession or it's on the way, this and that. And I'm just confused because we're also in the digital age. Like this device right here, a cell phone, right? Like we all have cell phones. I can call anyone in the world and speak with anyone in the world. Like if I have money right now, I can fly to virtually any country in the world. Like the world is global. The internet, you can contact anyone in the world. Like the world is globalized right now. If anything, we have more opportunities now than we did back then. So we're actually in a golden age. But people toss the term around recession to scare people, to make people worried, to think that we're in a time where we're struggling, and it's it's honestly ridiculous because we're in I believe we're in a golden age, a golden era, because there's never been times like this before that we've experienced until now, right? Like we have so many more opportunities at our fingertips, at our disposal than we've ever had back then. So how is it possible that it's a recession? How is that even possible? You get me? So I just crack up when I hear the story when, right, it's like the accountant asks them, how is that even possible? And he says, oh yeah, the recession, I've heard about that. Um, I know we're in the middle of one, but I've chosen not to participate. You sort of just laugh and you tell yourself like that's at first it sounds it literally sounds ridiculous. It sounds crazy, but it's funny because it's true. It doesn't have to affect you. Like, all these quote unquote recessions that happen, like I've never noticed it affect me. That's just me. You can say, oh well, gas prices or all these things have gone up, whatever. But it's like I'm surviving. I'm living fine. Everything's fine, right? We have more than enough to eat, more than enough, to have clothes on our backs. Thankfully, right? We're grateful for that. It doesn't have to affect you. These things don't have to affect you, and it's not even coming from a place of me being like inconsiderate, because I know it can sound, I guess you could say like arrogant or inconsiderate, but it's just I want that to serve as a reminder to you to help you reclaim your power and to give you the awareness that you have the power to accept or reject whatever comes in front of you, right? Like someone can say such and such is happening in the world, or this is the times that we're going through, and you can either agree with that or you can disagree. And what they say doesn't have to be fact. It doesn't have to be your fact. For me, that I hear that term get tossed around all the time, and I laugh because it's not my reality. It's not my fact. I disagree with it. I can disagree with it, and in the example with that person, they disagree with it too, because these things can be happening, but it doesn't mean it has to affect you. And that's the truth. That's the reality. So that's how I feel about the economy. Um, People can say what they want. Some people believe the economy and say, oh, if the economy is booming and going well, that means everything's going well for everyone. And people can say if the economy is going down, the economy is bad, and we're in a recession, then everything's bad for everyone. I think we're in great times regardless, and I think the times that we're in now is better than it's ever been, and I feel like we can take it as far as we want, right? Like the opportunities are endless. So that's how I feel right now. That's how I felt back then. That's how I'll continue to feel, and I don't really think anything is ever gonna change that perspective that I have. I think that as creators, we have the power of creation, and so I don't think that the economy controls us or that the economy affects us. I believe we control the economy because we can create so much and we can create so much value for other people around the world that like you can make such a big difference that it can change everything for you, your family, for everyone around you. So I've personally never believed in that economy stuff, let alone the recession, that R word, right? Like I don't believe in that. So hopefully this video brought you some laughter, some joy, but most importantly, hopefully that gave you the awareness that you can, accept or reject whatever it is that come your way, right? Like if someone says something or proposes something or say, oh, we're in such and such hard times and this and that, you can disagree with them, or you can, just for the sake of having that human conversation, you just go along with it, but deep down know that it's not true. But I want you to be a free thinker, right? To of course think for yourself, and Even if, like, for example, even if the quote unquote recession will be true, how is that information even helping you? It's not, right? That's not doing you any good for you to believe that you're at the mercy of of the economy or of these world events, right? Like, that's not bringing you any power or joy. If anything, it's taking away power, it's making you feel as though you're a victim, that you're at the mercy of everything that's happening in your life, when that's not true, right? You're the creator of your own life, your own reality, and you have all the power within you, right? You just have to be aware of that and tap into that. So hopefully this video helped you tap into your true power and help you awaken that awareness that you are indeed a powerful being, that you're not at the mercy of the economy, the reset, like all these, like it's just all nonsense. It's just smoke and mirrors. Bro, everything's well. We're in a golden age, right? Like times have never been better than it is right now. Where like even this video, if you've gotten this far, this video, I can post this and this can reach people on the other side of the planet, people that I've never met before, that I've, you know, in countries I've never even heard of. They can come across this video, watch this, and benefit from this. And back then, that was never a thing, right? So we're in a digital era where we're in the golden age. There's never been opportunities in times like this. So don't believe any of that nonsense. Um, you're in you are in charge of the economy. You create the economy, and just know that everything's gonna be all right. So that wraps up the video. If you enjoyed the video, do give a like, subscribe, comment down below any thoughts you may have. Do turn on post notifications and share this video with anyone you think will benefit from this. Once again, it's Joel, and I'm out. See you guys next time. Peace.